as a man, I was growing up like, you got to be strong and you got to be the man, all that. And we tend to not take care of our emotions, and that takes a toll. Yeah. Yeah. So emotional is really important for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it can take a toll. It can take a toll, right? You bottle those things up for such a long time
Yeah.
and you have
Hmm.
no way to, they're not getting put out any into the world. So they're just causing more things to happen in your body which go unnoticed. And then over time you're wondering why you're sick and tired and angry
Yeah.
all of the time. And it's because of these things that have just compiled over
Hmm.
years, right? It's the same way with building a positive habit. Like I do one little thing every single day, it adds up. Now 5 years later, I'm in the best shape of my life, or I have the job of my life, or whatever the case may be. Is same thing in reverse, right? If I just keep avoiding, keep avoiding, keep avoiding, keep
Hmm.
avoiding, then the dragon is so big it burns my fucking house down. And I'm like, well, where did this dragon come from? Well, it's just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger, over a
Yeah.
long period of time, and we just avoided it. And a lot of men, deal with that with their emotions. And it's nice to see the conversation change in a good direction. But I think it's about having this sort of harmony with like being strong and being tough, because there are points in your life where you have to do that. I'm sure
Yep.
you're a father,
Of
right?
course.
If
Yeah.
someone is attacking your kids, you're not going to just be
Hmm.
like, oh no, it's fine, right? You're going to have this animalistic instinct and you're going to do everything you fucking can to
Of
protect your
course, man.
children.
Yeah. For sure,
But
man.
say your kid also comes home crying, you're not gonna be like, hey, shake it off, fucking, that's not, that's enough, no crying. No, you're gonna be like, hey, are you all right? What happened? I love you. Let's talk
Hmm.
about, like, there's two harmony right there. Like those are two beautiful sides of a human being, and as men, we can portray those masculine and feminine characteristics. And I think that's where we have to get as a society. We just over rotate in a certain direction,
Yeah.
too much feminine, too much masculine, whatever the case may be is, but we can walk that line in certain situations and have that ability to manage that in a really, really powerful way.
Oh man, I agree 100%. And it's about yin yang, the yin
Mm,
yang symbol, right? You have the black and the white, and there's a balance. But it's interesting that on the black, you have also a little bit of white, right? You have
mm.
like, right? And then on the other side, the yang side, you have a little bit of yin inside as well. So it's all about balance. It's all about being assertive as well, right? Sometimes you have to tell the kid, like my kid plays soccer, my daughter plays basketball. They're really competitive, and sometimes you got to say, just stand up and whatever, and go get the ball or something, right? But
Right.
sometimes you have to understand what is going on inside of them and talk to them, and then give them good insights, also good advice as well. Yeah, I think that we are also, as a culture, obviously, even Western culture and all, we are going towards also to be a little bit more aware of emotions, right? Even as a man. So that's, I think, we're going towards a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're headed in the right direction. Probably
Hmm.
gonna have to take a few pivots,
Yeah, for
maybe
sure.
altercations, but that happens with anything that is really quite important. But I,
Also, I've been.
yeah,
Oh, sorry
go
to
ahead. No,
interrupt. Yeah.
all you go ahead.
Also, yeah. Also, I sometimes feel that there is a part that masculinity is wrong. Being the old school man is wrong, but I don't think that's the case. Sometimes it's taken to it's being too extreme. So I think maybe we're gonna lose a little bit of a balance there, but then we're going towards to balancing again. Yeah, I don't know if you get what I mean. Yeah, but
No, I agree with you, if I'm understanding you correctly. Like there's this view of masculinity, right? And
mhm.
for a long time it became something that it wasn't meant to be, right? When I think of being a strong man, my father was a great example. A lot of the coaches as I had were great examples. They were people who had these four characteristics that I think are very important, and they all start with a C. I didn't do that on purpose, but they have confidence,
Mhm.
competence, compassion, and they're caring, right?
Yeah,
Those are four
exactly.
things, right? But
Mhm.
we have this view that all masculinity is toxic, which is not true. Yes,
Exactly.
there are
That's what I
there are
want to
just
say.
right.
Yeah.
There are certain people who have toxic traits. It's not defined by one person or one race or one culture. That's
Mhm.
an individual, and we can't
Hmm.
put everyone in that box, or else we'd all be bad. We're all bad. I've had
Yeah,
terrible thoughts. Everyone's had terrible thoughts.
of
We've done
course.
bad things. We've said bad things, right? Then so that mean everyone who looks acts like me, all Jewish people, they're just all bad? No, just
Hmm.
me. I did the thing, but I can correct myself and I can move forward with that less judgmental thing, knowing that there's evil inside of me and there's also evil inside of other people. But the light can overtake that, and I think that's what happened with masculinity. We just over rotated in this direction where now we have these just like somewhat
Yeah,
weak, docile boys who aren't going out into the world and trying to get things done, right? They're staying inside. They're not trying to have relationships or partners or have like we did that as a culture, as a society. We need men, just like we need strong women. We
exactly,
need strong men, right? We
exactly.
need the union, the partnership, the
Hmm.
collaboration, the negotiation of people coming together to
Hmm.
create great things, and we can elevate each other in that way. And I think we've
That's
become
it, man.
so adversarial, you know what I mean? So adversarial instead of
Yeah,
pushing each other. Like if this person's going to elevate, okay, I got to reach this standard so I can attract this type of person. And it's like one thing that I always like to say is that if you're a man and every woman on the planet thinks you're unattractive, it's not the woman's fault. It's your fault, right?
yeah.
You have to
Hmm.
take responsibility for that. You know what attract women. Okay, become that man. It might take you
Yeah.
5, 10 years, doesn't matter. Become that
Hmm.
man, become more valuable, become more competent, become more confident, become more compassionate and caring, and be that person and hold these values up that you know to be true and attractive, and then you can bring that woman into your life, and then it's a magical thing. And it same goes for women. If you're not attracting the right man into your life, what do you bring to the table that you can acquire? Because everything can be acquired: skills, talents, all of this stuff. And now you are the person who is attractive to the opposite sex or whatever sex you're interested in. And I
Yeah.
think that's what's important. We're letting go of the responsibility and not taking ownership of who we are and how we want to be and how we want to be in this world, and we're blaming it on everything else. And that's a problem.
Yeah. Taking responsibility is something really important, right? Now there are, many people just don't take responsibility. Young people actually as
Mm-hmm.
well, like men. I was brought like that, right? When a man says one thing, you got to do it, right? Like Japanese education is quite tough, as you might imagine. Actually, my
Yeah.
mom was tough, but I'm glad she was like that, obviously. But yeah, I think that there are some values that are getting lost, because we're too soft, maybe sometimes, So we have to be soft and sometimes hard. It's about
Mm-hmm.
being assertive for sure. Yeah, I agree 100% with what you said, man. Really, really.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
thought